It's Women's Month, and let's talk about Josefina Guerrero. She was born Josefina Nieves Veluya in 1911 in Lucban. She was orphaned early and moved to Manila to study and to live with an uncle. She fell in love with Renato Maria Guerrero, who would become a respected pediatrician. Renato was the son of Manuel Severino Guerrero, a famed physician who developed treatment for beriberi. Renato's younger brother, Wilfredo Maria Guerrero, would become a national artist for theater. In 1934, Josefina and Renato got married. They lived an affluent life in a beautiful house in Ermita. In 1936, Josefina had a baby girl and they named her Cynthia. In 1941, Josefina was diagnosed with Hansen's disease or leprosy. Her husband took their daughter and left Josefina for good. When the war broke out in 1942, she found herself with no access to medication. She decided that if she was going to die, she was going to die with a purpose. She joined the resistance as a spy, delivering documents and reporting on movements of Japanese troops and positions of supplies and weapons. At dahil nga may ketong siya, pag nakita ng mga Hapon yung skin lesions niya, pinandidirihan siya agad at hindi siya sinesearch. As a spy, naging flex niya yung leprosy. Minsan, nilakad niya mula Manila hanggang Kalumpit para mag-deliver ng message para sa mga Amerikano. At noong Battle of Manila, tumulong siya sa mga nasugatan. After the war, she was confined at the Tala Leprosarium in Novaliches. Josefina was then accepted as a patient at the Carville National Leprosarium in Louisiana in 1948. That same year, her wartime accomplishments were recognized by the U.S. and she received a Medal of Freedom with Silver Palm, given for meritorious service which aided the U.S. in war. Josefina divorced her first husband, Renato, and married a fellow patient, Alec Lau, a Vietnamese immigrant. They were discharged together in 1957, but Alec's condition came back and she was on her own again. To deal with the stigma from being a leper, Josefina reinvented her origins to fill the year she was at the leprosarium. She became known as Joey Lumong. She worked as a secretary, then an usher for the Kennedy Center for the last 17 years of her life. Josefina met her adult daughter, Cynthia Guerrero Madrigal, only once when she visited her in the United States. Josefina died in obscurity in 1996 in Washington. In 2016, Josefina's biography called The Leper Spy, written by Ben Montgomery, became a finalist for the Pulitzer Prize. Josefina proved that when you live life to make a difference, not just to survive, great things happen. Carpe diem, ika nga. O, diba?